that is very much important for you to know where we are in establishing our connection with our higher self. To live this human life fully, we definitely need that connection, that strong connection with our own self. And the more we use it, we activate it, we make it stronger without effort. Things come easily. So, this part two, next 7 weeks, we will be making that use of the connection that we have established with our higher self. We will be using that to get more precise answers for our questions. And we will reflect upon our life the way it is right now today, to fully agree to the point that we have manifested it. There's no injustice out there. Everything is happening right here with us, through us. So we will be taking more ownership of our own experiences and creating great life, heaven on earth, within ourselves, each one of us. Soon we'll see that transition happening. So, having said that, let us close our eyes for a couple of minutes just to center, to be here fully and connect with Babaji. So, with a slow, long, deep breath in, close your eyes and exhale. Come to this present moment, dropping everything away. Let the past or the future not steal these moments. Fully become one with your breath, to be centered. Having that commitment with ourselves to give our best, to practice, as Babaji has given this gift with love to each one of us. We receive it with love and gratitude and thanks. Receive the light coming from Babaji to awaken those sleeping knowingness within. We are all made in the image of God, and we have all of its qualities. That all-knowing intelligence is always there for us in this moment when we are in the space of love. Let us be here truly for next few hours. Have to have the best of the day, the best of our life. Every time when we come to unified, it is precious. Come back. You may slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. We'll go ahead with the reading, and I would request anybody who wants to read, please raise your hand.
Yes, Anna wants to read, so let's. I actually volunteered her.
Even I wanted to tell her. Good.
Nobody raised their hand, so I thought might as well because I like reading.
Very good.
Can I start? Can I
Yes.
start?
Yes, sure. Yeah.
Ninth week, claiming two true desires. By now, your 15-minute quiet periods are easy and natural for you. If it is comfortable, you may now do more than one a day, and each period can be for a time that seems right for you. Here's a word of caution. However, these quiet periods are such serene, delightful times, you don't want to lapse into them and ignore your other activities. These quiet periods are for preparation in life. Spend a short time making contact with your higher self, receive the energy and knowledge you have there, and then carry it into dynamic activity. Each quiet period from now,
Let's pause. Yeah. Just give a pause. So let's first start with the title. The title is Claiming True Desires. So, claiming true desires, claiming part, we all understand there is something that's there on the table and being offered to me, and now I'm claiming it as mine, right? That's claiming. True desires, we know desires, what I want is my desire, but why the word true in between? So that we will learn in this chapter what is really the meaning of true desire. And then once we know what our true desires are, we are going to claim each one of them. So that's the primary focus. So here we are not talking about our day-to-day desires, right? We will learn more about it. But we are talking about our true desires. That qualifier is important for us to be focused on. And then um, in this chapter also, because this is first chapter of the part 2, you will come across the summary of what we have learned so far. So what Babaji is saying here is that 15-minute quiet periods that we practiced in the part 1 for 7-8 weeks, we should be comfortable by now, right? And we should have started enjoying those quiet periods. And what he is warning here is you should not start enjoying it so much so that you ignore your routine daily activities. Don't become just full time doing only the quiet periods, right? So this is another thing he's saying, that yes, they are enjoyable, but our other activities which we have to do on a day-to-day basis are equally important. We have to not forget those. Okay. um, these quiet periods are for preparation in life. Quiet periods are for preparation in life. That means as the life is unfolding, during these quiet periods, we prepare ourselves for whatever unknown that's on the horizon for us. It's unfolding. It's on the horizon. I do not know what it is, but this quiet period helps me become ready, be prepared for it. Each quiet period. Why? Because I am in communication with my higher self, who knows not only the past and present but also the future. So the higher self during these quiet periods prepares me, makes me ready for what is about to come. Very important thing, right? So like you can understand the significance of these quiet periods, the significance of that communication that you will have, right? Spend a short time making contact with your higher self, receive the energy and knowledge you have there. So there is a abundant knowledge, all knowing your higher self. Okay, so spend that time with your higher self and then carry it into your dynamic activity. So whatever you are learning there, in your quiet period, whatever you are um, gathering from your higher self during that time, apply it. Apply that knowledge in your dynamic activity. That will make all that unknown become easy to accept, easy to work with. As the life unfolds, you will then begin to enjoy it more. You will begin to face it in a much more comfortable position, in a much more comfortable state. Okay, so that's the meaning of the first paragraph. Our quiet periods are significant events that we are doing, and now that we have become comfortable with each one of them, we can increase the frequency. We can do more than once. Whatever number of times is suitable for you in your specific case, you can now start doing it that many times. Okay.
Each quiet period from now on is to begin with these 7 simple steps. Sit comfortably, eyes closed, and focus on the love pulsating from your heart to all of creation. Clear your aura of all uninvited influences and send light to all thought forms around you. Close your aura to all except your higher self. Unify with the qualities of God by thinking of some of God's qualities, and recognizing those qualities as your own. State the purpose of the particular quiet period, such as to practice communicating with my higher self, to receive knowledge that is appropriate at this time, to have revealed where my thinking is not in tune with God's thought, etc. Receive the signal from your higher self and keep that signal with you for the entire period. Speak out the communication given to you in your thoughts by your higher self.
Yeah,
By
let's
now,
let's stop right here. So these are the 7 steps, right? So uh, what these lines are explaining to us, or kind of recapitulating, that in our quiet periods should be looking like, based on what we have learned so far. Our quiet periods should be looking like these 7 steps, right? What are these 7 steps? The 7 steps are: sitting comfortably with eyes closed. You are familiar with this thing, right? Then clear your aura, and then close the aura, and then unify with God's qualities. Then state the particular purpose of that quiet period. What are you trying to achieve during that period? And then receive the signal of the higher self. Keep the signal, and then speak out the communication that you have received. So, like, you say that through your mouth. So these 7 steps are basically the practices we have learned so far, and the purpose of listing them here is to give you a quick check. Are you practicing? Now, over 7 weeks, your practice may have changed. Why? Because we are not reading from a script, right? We are practicing on our own, and as we become more and more familiar with the practices, we could sometimes ignore some of it unintentionally. So these 7 steps are basically a reminder for us to check whether my practice is still meeting the original criteria, right? So these 7 steps, please go through them and check your own practice, and maybe you may want to adjust some of your steps to fall in line with this, right? That is the purpose of this. Okay? Yeah, please go ahead.
by now, you are quite comfortable with your other daily practices. They are becoming more and more routine, almost automatic. Your routines throughout the day, whenever appropriate, are: close your aura to all except your higher self whenever you go into the crowds, near illness, or into any negativity. Clear your aura whenever you receive your uninvited influence signal, whenever you have a very strong thought to do so, and whenever you feel symptoms of the influence, such as irritability, exhaustion, temper, or moodiness. And then send. and then send love and light to any thought forms around you. Send love from your heart to anyone and anything throughout the day when you think about it, and feel that love actually being transmitted and then coming back to you. Send the thought of forgiveness whenever a grudge thought comes up, or whenever it appears to you that someone has hurt or is hurting you.
Yeah,
In the
let's pause
evening,
here. Let's pause here now. So, in this section, what we have been given is that first we talked about our quiet period. Now he is talking about rest of the day, the practices that we were supposed to follow. As we have learned in the previous chapters, there are 4 different items listed here. And these 4 items are practices that we can practice during the day, throughout the day, as we are living through our normal life, right? So one first thing that we all know about is closing the aura to all except our higher self, right? Every now and then do it, and especially when you are stepping out of the house, going into a public place, going into a hospital, anywhere, closing your aura is important. And then second thing that we know is clearing the aura. We have learned about that as well, right? Clearing the aura and closing the aura are 2 important aspects to keep ourselves, I would say, like hygienic at the energy level, right? And then the third thing, the third practice that we need to remember to do all the time is send love from your heart to anyone and anything around us throughout the day. And as part of our clearing the aura exercise, one thing very important here is that we should, as soon as we clear the aura and close the aura, we should send love to all thought forms around us. That was a very important step added in chapter 5, right? And then, so first is close your aura, second is clear your aura, third is send love to all around you. And then the fourth thing is send the thought of forgiveness whenever a grudge thought comes up. So when you feel grudge against someone, that kind of thought, you notice such a thought is coming, you send immediately love to them for giving love. Remember that formula, that nobody can harm my perfectness, my completeness without my permission. Remembering that, and then send love to them as well, right? So don't retain that grudge with you. As soon as you notice, just release it, replace it with love for that entire episode, right? So these are 4 practices we have to follow throughout the day. So this is a reminder of those 4 things. If you are slipping on any one of these, remember to include it in your routine. Okay, let's go further.
in the evening, before going to sleep, you have 2 practices that you can alternate. First, unify with God by thinking of God's qualities and claiming them as your own. Send love and forgiveness to your friends, family, and anyone or anything that comes to your mind.
Yeah.
These
So
practices,
this one is about bedtime practice now, right? At bedtime, there are 2 possibilities, 2 things we could do. Either you do both, or you do one today and one tomorrow, like that. What are those 2? Sending love and forgiveness to all your friends and family, and the other one is to unify with God and God's qualities, right? And claiming those God qualities as your own. So you could either do both, or you could alternate them. But these are important bedtime practices. Why important? At bedtime, whatever thought you go to sleep with, that thought remains with you throughout the night, and when you wake up, you will wake up in that context. So if you go to sleep with your association and memory of God's qualities being yours, you will wake up with God's qualities. And that's how your day will be programmed. The whole day now, when you wake up in the morning in that mood of being in God's qualities, imagine how your day is going to be. Your thought process, your actions, your behavior, your decision making, everything will have the context of God's qualities. That's why these bedtime practices are very, very important. Okay? And they also help you release. So, like during the day, you may have accumulated certain negative aspects of energy. So, when you send love, when you send forgiveness at bedtime, you are releasing such of those negative things out of your system. And then going to rest with your God's qualities, right? So this is a very important practice. We should never forget this one. Make it part of your routine. So these are all the three reminders we have in this chapter about the quiet periods, what it should be like, about our daily practices during the day, and then bedtime practices, right? So all these three, make a note of them separately in your notebook also. Write it with your own hand so that you kind of embed it in your mind that this is something important I need to be focused on. It's almost like a summary of the part one. Okay, all right.
These practices during the day will take none of your time. They are just thoughts. You think all the time anyway. Now think these loving, healing, safety thoughts instead of the ordinary chatter you're used to.
Yes,
Before
a very, very good thing, right? You may think that I am such a busy person and all these additional practices are going to consume my time, right? But remember, this is nothing, all that we are doing in these practices is deliberate thinking. It's just about thinking about things in a certain way. That's all we are doing. So what Babaji is saying here, your mind is constantly thinking anyway. You are constantly engaged in thoughts of all kinds. Why not choose these good thoughts or these specific thoughts as part of your routine? So make it as part of your routine, not as an additional burden on your time. So this is not going to take away your time. You will continue to have your time, just that your mind is in a different zone of thinking. Okay? Yeah.
Before last week's review, you communicated with your higher self about the thoughts you have that are not in tune with God's thought. You started an inventory of those areas in your thinking that need correction. Soon, you will begin a very sure, safe way to correct your thinking, conscious and subconscious.
Yes. So in the seventh week, all of you, I'm hoping you created your own list of thoughts that need to be corrected. Right? In seventh week, that's what our assignment was, to keep on gathering such of those thoughts that your higher self was telling you that would need correction. So that list is very important list. We are going to now, what he is saying is, very soon you will begin a very sure, safe way to correcting your thinking. So we are going to come to that mechanism or the skill to correct such of these thoughts which need correction, right? So, and that correction is going to be not only at conscious level but also at subconscious level within our mind, right? Most of these thoughts that require correction come from the subconscious. If it was in conscious, you already know, yes, this is not right. But when it is hidden in the subconscious and also impacting your behavior, then it comes as a surprise. How come I did this? Why did I get angry at this? Right? These things, the answer is in hidden subconscious thoughts. Right? So that's what we are going to be working on. And those thoughts should have appeared in your list already. Maybe they have more, some of them have appeared, and more will keep coming as you continue to practice this. More and more. We will be doing specific thinking processes in the subsequent chapters relating to specific areas of life. So in the beginning, we just did a general thing. Why? Because those general are the surface of all the obstacles we have. Once we overcome that, then we go deeper. Okay, right. So please read forward now.
This week, you're going to start another inventory, an inventory of your desires. What is it you want to experience?
Yes. So this week you are going to start one more list. We are going to start now writing, what is it that I want? What are my real desires? What do I want to experience? This question, when you raise to yourself, you will sometime, actually, most of you should get surprising answers from within. We haven't spent any time with ourselves to even know what is my true desire. We haven't spent much time. We are so busy pleasing others. We are so busy in looking after others, doing things for others, as if I don't exist. That's how each one of us are living. But now we are going to start paying attention to ourselves. Through the quiet periods, we are connecting with ourselves and beginning to know ourselves. So the first thing we are going to now start making is list of what are my true desires. What do I really want to experience in this life, right? So yeah, let's go further.
Whenever you had thought of your desires and needs, you viewed them largely from the vantage point of your lower self. You lacked the vision of your all knowing intelligence. Too often, your desires were dictated by your parents, your friends, or simply your desire to win someone else's love and respect.
Yes. Is it not true that all our life we have spent in fulfilling the wishes of others, thinking that it is my desire? What is my desire? Now, what he's saying is from the vantage point of our lower self. Lower self is this body and this existence that my five senses can see. Now, what is the desire of me? My family should be happy, my children should be healthy, my husband should be happy. All these tiny little zone in which we exist, right? And our desires are limited to keeping everyone good, keeping things good. That's what our desires have been so far, right? That's what you will begin to see, that you lacked the vision of your all-knowing intelligence. We never thought that we know more than what we are seeing. That misconcept itself limited our thinking about our desires. Our desires also got limited to what we saw possible, right? So too often your desires were dictated by your parents. How? I'll give you an example. You wanted to be the best student in your school or in your class. Why? The desire was planted by your parents. You have to stand first. You have to score 100%. You have to do this. You have to do that. So parents are implanting their desires into you. And then you have accepted it in your subconscious without questioning. And now from subconscious, it becomes your desire. You want to stand first in the class. Yes, I want. You think it's your desire actually. That's how we have borrowed other people's desires, considering them as our own desire, and then lived for it. In the process, we have suppressed our own true desires. So that's what he's trying to explain. Yeah.
Today, spend your quiet period receiving communication from your higher self about what it is you want to claim in life. After you have properly entered into the quiet period and received the signal from your higher self, say, please communicate to me my true desires.
Yes. Okay. So now, having brought our awareness to this specific aspect of our existence, that, well, okay, so far whatever has happened. Let me now bring my focus and my awareness to my own true desires, and now in my quiet period I will communicate with my higher self to tell me about my true desires, because my higher self is aware of everything about me, right? The higher self knows what I have been doing all along and what I have been missing. What part of me has been swept under the carpet for now, kept on the back burners. Well, we'll deal with it. Many a times, we postpone our true desires as well. You may have wanted to do something. Well, I have to do this job, I don't like it. I really want to be a singer. I want to sing. Well, okay, let me, once I retire, I will go have a tutor, start learning music. This is postponing our true desires. We push them to the future, right? So there would be many such things you would have thought in your mind, in your, I can tell you, when I was young, I was um, a very active boy. At that time, I used to dream of things, right? The primary thing in my conscious mind was be the first, the best student in the class. You have to stand first every year, and you have to get the praise of everybody. That was the primary thing. But at the back of the mind, in my dream, I used to be thinking about standing on the stage, playing guitar and singing a song. That used to be my dream sort of a thing in the mind, right? I, I, I felt so good about doing such a thing. This is the difference. So we keep postponing those things. Okay, that's not that important right now. I have to become somebody in my life, and then start making money, become independent, and then I will pursue my desires. And once we reach there, we keep postponing those desires, um, giving priority to other aspects of life which are imposed by others. They are not our own. Sometimes some of it will be your own as well, but most of it is imposed by the social system onto us. So that awareness we are now bringing here. We are going to ask our higher self for our true desires. Okay.
Have a piece of paper handy to write down your desires. Remember, you are of the same thought of God as everything else is. This means that everything in the cosmos is one with you. You are that. It is you. So, everything is for your use and enjoyment. This is different from the man made illusion called ownership. Don't confuse the two. Just remember that everything and everyone is for your enjoyment. You need only claim it for your use with love, thankfulness, and forgiveness.
Right. So the first basis now he is establishing here. When we are going to learn about our own true desires, before we do that, what should be our mindset? We have to remember that we are of the same thought of God that created everything. So there is one thought of God in which everything is included, including me. I am part of that thought of the God. And because I am part of that thought of the God, everything that is there in creation and part of that thought is available to me. I am connected with everything that exists because I am part of the same very thought. So everything that exists around me is part of that one thought only. And in that one thought, all the relationships of things have been established. That's why they are created. That's why they exist. So anything around me that exists, including people, things, places, elements, everything is meant for my use, for me. They are all for me and they are available to me. This should be the basis. Why are we establishing such a wide base? Is because we should not limit it think. We should not limit our thinking about the desire. We have to make our thinking unlimited to go to our true desires. So thinking being unlimited means there's everything around me is available to me. It's all there for me, right? So that's the concept here, is that everything around me is available to me, but it is not owned by me. He's warning us about that, right? This is different from the man-made illusion called ownership. Ownership is actually an illusion. You all know that, right? You think you own that house, but you can't hang on to it. At some point, you will vacate this body and that house as well. It doesn't go with you. That means you actually don't own it. You have only leased it for the duration of the body. So in reality, this is an illusion that I own something. I own my children. And how many of you have experienced that children have gone into their own life? Right? You cannot own the children. You thought at one point they are my children, but you don't own them. They are available to you as your children. So is the case with everything around you. That money in the bank will also not go with you. When that money in the bank is connected with your body, your physical identity, right? On all the bank documents, all the house registration documents, there is a name that belongs to this physical body. So the ownership dissolves when the body dissolves. That's called the illusion of ownership. That's what he is talking about here. You don't really own anything. You are using it. Now, what does that ownership do to you? You haven't thought about it. It limits you to that one damn thing. Whereas the entire space was available for you, for your use, you restricted yourself to this house is mine. You limited yourself to that small space in the name of ownership. Everything was available to you. The universe is offering the entire creation. We limit ourselves by our own limited thinking and illusion of ownership. Let me give you an example, a practical example. You own a house, you live in a place. I'm giving this example because that's what people can relate to easily. You live in a place, you have your own house, you live in your own house, but the neighbor's house is bigger and you like that more. It's newer, it's bigger, it looks so nice, it has got a beautiful garden, right? All that, and you look at it from outside and you keep thinking, well, I want to own it. I should have that house. Now, if you understand this chapter and then start thinking, well, that also is available to me. I don't need to own it, right? I don't own Taj Mahal, but I can go and enjoy the beauty of Taj Mahal anytime I want. So when you bring this thought in you, not to own the neighbor's house, but to be able to enjoy that experience of the house, who knows, the neighbor will invite you next day, well, come have dinner with me. Why don't we become friends? Why don't you come more often? We can play billiards here. You and I can swim in the pool in my backyard. Whatever that is, right? You will still be able to enjoy the availability of that space. Ownership is irrelevant. Just a shift in thinking, right? So we need to start understanding the illusion part of our thinking which limits us. When our thinking starts going on this basis that the I am part of that very thought which created the universe, I am part of that one thought, so everything created right now is available to me. Ownership doesn't matter. That's how your true desires will come out. Okay, let's go further.
You can't claim and get the use and enjoyment of anything that you claim exclusively for yourself or for any selfish motive. The selfish, of course, refers to the lower self here. Your motives must be selfish with a capital S, which is the higher self.
Yeah, right. So the difference here is, like I said earlier, because of our limited thinking, we associate only with our lower self, which is the um, existence of me that my senses relate to. That existence is referred to as lower self here, and from that selfish point of view only I have been thinking so far. But when you think with the selfish, where you think of your higher self as yourself, and from higher self's perspective, your motives must be from the higher self's perspective, and that's what will bring up your true desires. Okay, let's go further.
Even like I would like to bring attention here on this paragraph where um, we are saying that everything is and everyone is for our enjoyment, and we only need to use it with love, thankfulness, and forgiveness. So we think that there is lack in the creation or in the nature. The water will be polluted, or the trees will be cut down, and there are many others lack of thought of lacks. Right. So that thought of lacks we have to let it go, and then every time we bring that thought of trust that everything is out there and it is also for my enjoyment, right? Even if we are using other stuff, we are using with love, thankfulness, forgiveness, and with full enjoyment, not by just giving some credit to other. I'm obliged, or I'm like, taking that extra pressure on yourself that I am using other stuff. You still use that stuff with a lot of enjoyment and thankfulness and love and forgiveness. So these three are our divine qualities, the God qualities. We must be living every moment. So
Correct.
ownership versus
Yes.
the use.
Yeah, and remember that in the universe everything is abundant. So when you are claiming something for your use with love, thankfulness, and forgiveness, when you are claiming it for your use, you are not depriving anyone from it. Why? Because abundance is there in the universe. There is enough for everyone to consume. There is plentiful. Also remember a little baby, the small child. When the child wants something, how does that child behave? As if it owns that thing. I just want it, right? That that's what we are being pointed towards, in that mode of love and your understanding of abundance around you. It's all meant for you. It's for your use. And there is not going to be any shortage for anyone else because you are using it. That is an illusion from the limited thinking we have. We think we put limits to everything. And that's the reason why we are living in limitedness. So here we have to also remember that there is no competition on resources. There are plenty, they will remain plenty forever. Okay? Yeah, thank you for adding Preeti.
Fortunately, you need not labor over the distinctions. You simply need to ask your higher self for your true desires. These are desires in truth. These are desires that God would have you desire because they are in tune with God's thought that made creation. They are the seed thought that can give rise to your creation full of God's qualities. Your desires are to be fulfilled with love, abundance, peace, knowledge, joy, and all of God's other qualities.
Right. So what he's saying here is that um, don't think that it's so difficult to choose between which ones are my true desires and which ones are not. You don't have to really be worried about that. It's very simple. Just ask your higher self. That's what he's saying. You can ask your higher self for your true desires. And what he's saying is these are desires in truth. They actually exist. These are desires that God would have you desire. Think about it. The true desires that we have are planted by God in me. God's own desires. Think about it. God created Shailesh, right? Let's take this example. God created Shailesh. Now, naturally, He created Shailesh with certain characteristics. And those characteristics is what the God wants to experience. So all the way the Shailesh needs to behave or experience should be part of Shailesh's programming. And those are the true desires. So through true desires, the God plants his own desires into Shailesh. Now, when Shailesh desires to be a musician, God will experience that desire that he planted in me. Think that's the connection, right? So when I fulfill that true desire in me, I am actually fulfilling the desire that God had for me. God wanted to experience how does it feel like being a musician through a character called Shailesh. That's the connection, right? So God wanted to experience that. So what he did, he made Shailesh and gave him this desire. I want to be a musician. And now Shailesh doesn't know where it came from, but he says, well, I want to be a musician. And when Shailesh becomes a musician and experiences that life, God is experiencing it now, naturally. So, this is the importance of knowing our true desires. Why? Because when I know my true desire, then I know exactly what God wants to experience through me. That's what we will know. That what is it that God wants to experience through me? What is the purpose for my creation? So this is what your true desires will tell you. That's how important this chapter is. Yes, please read further.
Write each desire down on the paper, beginning with I claim. Write only in the present tense. In reality, there is no future and no past, only the present. God is everywhere present, omnipresent. He is neither omnipast nor omnifuture. When you think of the past, you are simply imagining what might have happened. It is a creation of your limited perception and memory. It is an illusion of the illusion. The future is also your imagination that the past, as you think it was, may repeat itself with some variations. While you are busy dreaming about the past or the future, you miss the present, which is the only true reality you have.
Okay. So here we have a very deep thing. I missed on one specific thing in the previous paragraph, and that I would want to mention here is that they are the seed thought that can give rise to your creation full of God's qualities. So your true desires are the thought. Your desires are just nothing else but thoughts, right? And those thoughts are the seed thoughts. Seed means they will, once they are given the chance to germinate or the environment to germinate, they will manifest into God's qualities through me. And what are those qualities that will be fulfilled? They will be fulfilled with love, abundance, peace, knowledge, joy, and all of God's other qualities. So, fulfillment of my true desires will result in my experiencing God's qualities. Just give a little thought to this aspect of it. Very important. For me to experience God qualities, I have to pursue my true desires. When I go into my true desire, experiencing my true desires, I will actually be experiencing God's qualities that are in me, that are part of me. That seed will germinate. Okay. All right. So now in the next paragraph, we are talking about writing now. So as you sit down in your quiet period with your higher self and ask for your true desires, you will begin to receive those thoughts, and you are supposed to write down each one of them. Now what he's saying is, each one of those thoughts, you start with that sentence, you start with I claim. So because this right now, you have to claim your true desires. Now you say, I claim that I want to be a musician. Whatever that is, whatever that thought comes, right? I want to be a teacher. I want to experience such and such in my life. I claim should be the beginning of that sentence. So write down each one of these true desires as I claim. You have to claim it, right? Claiming means it's available to me. When you say claim, that means you already acknowledge that it exists. It's there on the platter. I have to claim it now, that this one is for my use right now. Right? So that claim, we have to write it as a claim, so that you are giving a message to the universe and to your higher self that I claim it now. Now I have got it. Okay? So that's what we are doing. And when you claim it in the present moment. That means you are not going to claim it as in the past or in the future. Our mind is always away from the present. It's always either in the past or in the future. So when the thought comes, it will come more or less like I will become a musician in the future. We are not supposed to claim anything in the future. We have to claim now because it's there on the platter. So when we claim right now, that's when we will be actually associating with that thought. If you do, past is an illusion, that's what he's explaining. We have to, I think most of you already understand this thing, that the past is only in memory. It does not exist. What exists is only the present. Neither future nor past. They are all thoughts. Present is the reality. That's what exists. So past, if you are thinking about anything in the form of past, it is just an illusion. It actually, if you think about your memory of some experience in the past, you will not have all the details of it present there also. And you will build around whatever little information you have stored there, and you will build around and create an illusionary experience of the past. And sometimes you can actually make it more crooked. And that experience will seem like, wow, I went through such a horrific experience. In reality, it may not have been that bad, but your memory is not always certain. Your subsequent experiences modify that. So this is why the information of the past is only an indication for us. It's more like a point of knowledge, nothing more than that. It is all. That's why he's saying it is creation of your limited perception and memory. It is an illusion of the illusion. Spend some time on this sentence. It is an illusion of the illusion. First thing, that experience itself was an illusion. That somebody is beating me or somebody is nasty to me. That itself was an illusion. Why? Because I created it and I experienced it and I am putting it on somebody else. That is an illusion. And now I am bringing it forward from the past is another illusion. So he says it's an illusion of the illusion. Right? So be very careful about your memories of the past. Very, very careful. Whenever you resurrect your past into the present, extremely cautious. It won't have all the facts. And future is your imagination. Right? Nothing bad about imagination. Imagination is the way of creation. That's how creation happens. But experiences cannot be in future. Experience is always in the present. Right? Your desire fulfillment, your claiming of the desire has to be in the present. Because it's there on the platter for you. It's right there for you. You have to simply claim it. So when you claim something in the present, that means you are assuring the universe, you are signaling the universe and your higher self, well, yes, I claim it now. Okay, that's the focus here. So all your desire statements that you are going to make note of should be in the present tense. Okay. Yes, please go forward.
You can claim some specific desires as long as you do not claim to interfere with someone else's free will. For instance, you can claim a perfect unconditional love relationship with Harry or Susan, but you can't claim either Harry or Susan to be your spouse or to become sexually intimate with you. A relationship based on unconditional love is in everyone's highest interest. However, whether or not someone is to marry you or become intimate with you is up to that person. Free will cannot be compromised, even by your strong and powerful desire.
Okay. So this is a cautionary thing, right? It's what they are saying is what will govern your desires. This is the universal law of free will. Each one of us has been given free will, and that free will can never be violated by anyone, including God. Nobody violates anybody's free will. Cannot, unless that person permits the violation. Right? We have learned this already. So when your true desire happens to be violating somebody else's free will, that will not manifest. This is the summary of this paragraph. If your desire violates somebody else's free will, then that will not manifest. Say, for example, you want to be in a loving relationship with somebody. Unconditional love is perfect. Unconditional means you have no conditions associated with your love association. No condition means what? You don't give it any definition whatsoever. No definition. He is neither my son, nor my husband, nor my neighbor. Nothing. No definition. Then it is unconditional. And from that point of view, all relationships on the planet Earth in human social system are conditional. There is nothing called unconditional here. there is always a conditional relationship associated there. That's the condition. So unconditional love is what is okay, that's acceptable. However, you can't force, however strong your desire is, you can't force somebody else to do things against their free will. So in your true desire statement, you cannot include violation of somebody else's free will. That, oh, such and such person will marry me. That is violation of their free will. That person may or may not want to marry you, right? It's their free will. They have a choice to make. So your manifestation is not certain. It's uncertain. It depends on them exercising their free will. So this is a warning here. You can't enforce your desires onto someone else against their free will, right? So usually parents will have desires like that, right? Oh, my son should become the best heart specialist in United States of America. That could be desire, my true desire, right? My son will be the best heart specialist in United States of America. Now, I haven't asked my son what he wants to be. He may want to be a singer. He may want to be someone else, not necessarily a doctor. This thought, this desire may or may not manifest, because it is infringing upon the free will of my son. Okay, so be careful when you are claiming your true desires. Claim things which are independent, which are not interfering with others. Somebody may have all the mind is very creative. All kinds of things, thoughts will come. All kinds of things will come. Just be careful about what you are writing as your claim. Okay. Our minds have been polluted with social conditioning, and that conditioning always comes in the way of our free thinking. So be careful when you are doing this. This is something very, very important also, right? This is going to give you the picture of why you are here, why you are in this body. That's the picture you will get from this. Why did God create a thing like shellfish? Right? That will emerge from this list. Okay? So be cautious about that aspect. Very important thing that we are learning here. And this we should also remember to incorporate in our day-to-day behavior also, right? When we are living day-to-day life in the family, in the society, in the social system, we have to remember that when I do something, am I infringing upon somebody else's free will? Right? This is called interference. We have to be cautious about it. We should never interfere with somebody else's free will. Okay? Yeah, please go ahead.
Be realistic. State your claim in terms you can believe are possible. I claim abundant wealth in the form of $20,000 or more each year. This is believable. Take the limit off by adding or more and or better whenever possible.
Right. So this is an example of a statement that is made as a true desire, right? So what he's saying is, make your true desire, be practical about it, be realistic, right? Don't have your true desires which are practically not acceptable to your own mind. Say, for example, you could desire that the planet or not the planet, what do you call, the moon will get attached to Earth, and we will be able to build a bridge and travel to moon, drive to the moon, right? This could be somebody's fantasy, right? Somebody could claim that as my true desire, but what he's saying is your mind, your internal connection will not be there. Your subconscious will not accept it, because in the world of subconscious that's not possible. That's how it has been trained. In reality it may be possible, but your subconscious will not accept it. So what he's saying is, be realistic about what you include in your true desires. Okay, so an example he's saying is that I claim abundant wealth in the form of $20,000 or more each year. So this $20,000 is a figure from 1980s, right? At that time that used to be a lot of money, but today you could make it maybe $100,000, whatever. But your mind will accept it. Today, yes, $100,000 a year is a good income, and it's practical. Okay, so I can claim that much income, I can claim that much money, right? So this is a believable thing. Take, and then you can also say add or more, $100,000 or more. When you do that, so when you say 100,000, you are putting a limit. But when you say $100,000 or more, you are removing the limit. Actually, you are defining the minimum, right? Or more will make it unlimited. So you are removing the limit while still accepting internally, yes, it's possible. This is the trick he's saying. So supposing you want to have a large living space, you want a big house. So you can claim, I claim abundant living pleasure in the form of a 6-bedroom house or bigger, whatever, right? So you can put a number which is digestible to your system, and also remove the limit by adding or bigger, right, or more. So that's, he is making a very intelligent suggestion for us. When we are making our list, we can think of this thing. So 2 important things, or rather 3. It should be in the present tense. It should not interfere with others' free will. And the third thing is, it should be practical, feasible. Okay.
Also, a highlight on this term abundant wealth. Even though we have good salaries, but we feel lack. We want to have more, but we feel like, okay, this is not. So he's saying, I have abundant wealth in form of how much money ever I have. That is more than enough for me. I feel abundant with that. So when you are writing your own desire with I claim, use these God qualities to make it more prominent, stronger, and then um, it is highlighting just to remove the limit to make it unlimited, more or less.
Good point. Very good point. Yes.
After your quiet periods, examine your list of true desires. Compare it with the list of thoughts you need to correct. At this point, don't concern yourself with reconciling the two lists. Just note for your amusement how some of your present thoughts keep you from realizing your true desires. Soon, very soon, you're going to see the fulfillment of these true desires.
Right. So he's basically explaining to us as to how is this list going to be related to our previous list, right? At the moment, we don't have to do any analysis, but just know that you have earlier created a list of the thoughts that I need to correct, which are sort of inhibiting my manifestation. And now we are creating a list of our true desires. And when we later on, once we compare these two, we will know that this is I truly want, and this is what is inhibiting it. And there is a one-to-one connection. You will begin to see that through that process. Okay. So just be aware that this list is going to be used in future together. But for now, you don't have to analyze anything. And the last sentence is so beautiful. Read it with your heart. Soon, very soon, you are going to see the fulfillment of these two desires. Fulfillment of these true desires will do what? Will really create that experience which God wants to have through me. I am facilitating that experience for God, living the God's qualities, experiencing the God qualities as Shailesh. Right? So this last sentence fills my heart with love. Thank you so much, Anna, for reading this for us so beautifully. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Anna. One more thing I will highlight here. The future is also your imagination, that the past, as you think it was, may repeat itself with some variation. So this is a note for the future, how we plan with our lower self perspective. Just thinking that, something has happened in the past and we have fear with those thinking. And then we think that something like this will happen in the time to come. So just to remind that we are unlimited, that all-knowing intelligence is there, everything is happening in this present moment, and I have all the abilities, all the tools for the creation, and with beautiful little warnings that we just went through by not, that do not interfere on uh, others' desire, do not interfere with that, and then also make it unlimited. So the lower self will think from the perspective of comfort, but the higher self will nurture with the abundance, with all the God qualities. Um, and those thoughts will be fulfilling to our heart, fulfilling to our existence. Right? So this is all beautiful chapter reading by Anna and summary by Shailesh, explanation with Shailesh, beautifully done. So are we ready to move further? Do we have any question in the chat? Let me see. Yes, we are all good. Great understanding from everybody in the chat. Thank you, Nehaji, for helping clarifying few things. Um, so we'll prepare ourselves to go into the practice. So more of the meditation, understand these, the time that we go through. These are all the practice time, the quiet period for us. Here in a group, we are just trying to be in that love space, that high vibration love space, and that is where we are going to do the practice. It is so powerful. It is not a meditation to go deep. It's not a meditation practice to go deep and then have other experiences, but remind yourself to come to the context that we are practicing, and then our experiences will be based on that to actually benefit from the practice. Also in your sharing, keep your sharing revolving the unified practices and the chapter that we are reading. Any metaphysical experiences might be your own experience helping you in your journey, but you can always share the summary or the experience that you have learned through that experience, and also bring that question related to the chapter and the context, so that we are fine, we are going in line with the practices, and our talk is also in that direction. So it's a 24 weeks practice. We all understand that. And we all are investing our beautiful, our precious time. So let us make it more delightful, and most of it. Let's make most of it. So let us go into the practice. Just sit with crossed legs, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, and gently close your eyes, integrating everything that we have heard in last 1 hour or so. Take a slow, long, deep breath in, feeling the body totally relax with every breath. Feel it more. Feel the breath as you inhale. The body expands. Hold and release at your own pace. Do it 5-10 times or as many, just to be present, to be aware of your own thought, of your own breath, to come to this present moment again. Every moment is shifting into another, and breath is keeping us here in now. With every breath, relax more. Open yourself more. Feel the stability. And exhale, relax. With every breath, inhale beautiful cosmic energy, the life force, which is nothing but love. Feel it from all around you. That cosmic breath into this body. In each and every cell, we are awakening. The divinity, which is nothing but love. It's already there, ignored, never looked at. What is it that is holding this body together? So inhale deep and exhale deep. Feel every breath deeply. Touching every part of this body. It's not just that the blood goes into the lungs and, the breath goes into the lungs and we breathe out. Every breath stirs everything within. It's not just that our nose is breathing, but the whole entire body is breathing. Feel it as one whole unit, not separate body parts, but the entire unit, this body as a ball of energy in itself, expanding and contracting with every breath as we receive more light, the wisdom. By coming in this present moment, we are becoming what we have from the past, what is there in the future. Now relax. settle down. Let the breath become normal, natural, easy, and gradually, slowly get into your heart space, the love space, the center of our existence, which is very, very vast. But we chose this physical body to put that boundary. And how much deep we go, we experience that there is something more. We can go deeper. So allow your breath to find that point, to hook onto, to connect with, to be stable. Totally take your awareness to your heart space and feel as if you're breathing from there. Inhale and exhale. Through that point. From this point, when we start feeling the pulsation, that vibration, that's nothing but God's love. Let us send it to entire body, to each and every cell, organs, every body part. Every cell which is feeling isolated. Let us all connect with these loving thoughts. The physical body as one, the mind as one, and the spirit as one with it. Whenever you wander off with thought, just come back to the breath and gently glide into your heart space. It is so powerful, so peaceful. Infinite energy once we connect here. There are no noises outside. We feel the stillness. And from this point, feel the body and all around you, the energies, the aura. We all can feel it. Feel it around this body, the space we are in. And now, let us send this love to our aura, to purify it. You can repeat within in your words. To all uninvited influences in my aura, I send love and light. You are each whole and healed. You are each created in love and light. And you are still love and light. No need to be afraid. Do not feel the pain. I know a perfect place for each one of you to go. I request my higher self to take you there now. Each one of you, go in peace. I set you free. I close my aura to all except my higher self. Feel the shift. Feel your own energy. We are doing it every day. Make a memory what it feels like when my aura is clear, when I am in my center. So far, we have felt the center or the love. We experience with day-to-day life. Now let us transition to unify with God qualities and then experience it again. So repeat within as you like. I am made in the image of God. All the God qualities are mine. I am one with God. Repeat it to feel it. I am made in the image of God. I am made in the image of God. And all my qualities are of God's qualities. I am one with God. God is love. God is light. God is truth. God is joy, happiness, and bliss. God is peace. God is compassion. God is all-knowing intelligence. God is omnipresent. God is abundance. God is gentleness. God is non-judgmental. Infinite energy. Unlimited. Give all those qualities to God, knowing that these are my qualities as well. I have never used it. So I have broken off the connection. I forgot. I remind myself every day that yes, I have all these God's qualities as mine. These are my true nature. These are my true qualities. I am love. Feel it. We are telling this to ourselves with true feelings. I am love. I am light. I am truth. I am permanent. I never die. I always exist beyond time. I am timeless. I am joy, happiness, and bliss. I am peace. I am all knowing intelligence. Claim it. As you see it, as you say it, feel it. I am abundance. I am peace. I am gentleness. I am infinite energies. I am omnipresent. Beyond this body, we are everywhere. We are unlimited. We are non-judgmental, just like God. The cause and effect is not made out of judgment or punishment, but it is the law with which the universe expands. Feel what shifted. How it feels like when we are truly aligned with God's qualities. Who else we think is God? What else? Give that qualities to yourself. These are just a few. Be aware right here. From the center. Stay connected. Feel everything around you. Now let us ask our higher self for the signal. My beautiful higher self. Take name. Please give me my signal now. Feel the elevated state as we connect, we become our higher self. Now we are unified. Be aware and ask your higher self, my beautiful higher self, take name. Please reveal my true desires to me. Observe the first thought, the first picture, the first sound from within as a whisper in silence. Stay at your heart space, at the center. Be aware of the signal from the higher self. And any thoughts that come to the surface. If you got distracted, you can ask again. My beautiful higher self, please reveal me my true desires. A seed thought in me, created in God's desire. You may want to speak out loud so that you remember, or gently open your eyes and write down those thoughts. Write it in the form of present tense with I claim. Everything is happening in now. In this unified state, at the center of our being, every thought is just happening, taking its form in the form of energies. Feel every thought as you receive it. Make a note of it. My dear higher self, please communicate with me my true desires. Sit quietly and observe what comes to you. These are authentic. Do not doubt on it. Do not manipulate or change it. Just write as it is. You are receiving in form of thoughts. Look for those beautiful desires, shaping this life, fulfilling this life. Now let us thank our higher self for the communication today. Let us thank Babaji for this beautiful guidance of our true desire. By knowing who we truly are, what we truly are, we can know what we truly desire, what brings that true feelings of being me. In this body, in this lifetime, what I have been waiting for. See that happy, fulfilled you. What have you achieved in this life when you are leaving this body? That makes every moment cherish of this life. God is aware of our thought, whether we are aware or not. God knows. And that is what have been manifesting so far. Today we have taken the first step, the conscious step, to shape our life in true meanings to this life. The thought that intensify the love within, the joy within, the peace, the harmony, all that we are. Without making somebody stand in front. It's only me choosing and creating every moment. as I enjoy decorating my home, my house, cleaning my house. I enjoy decorating my own life by cleaning all those thoughts which are not necessary, which are not mine. From this beautiful state of love, let us send love to whoever, whatever we have thought of from past or future. Any person, people came in front of us in the entire period. Just send love and feel it is coming back to you. When the heart is filled with love and we remember anyone, we immediately transfer or send this love. To make it flowing, let us sing within. I give you my love. I give you my heart. I receive your love and I receive your heart. Open up those blocked channels of love. When we connect with people, we have different feelings. By sending and receiving, by giving and receiving, we are regulating the flow of love unconditionally. Now let us close our aura to all except our higher selves. Just say within, I close my aura to all except my higher self. Enjoy this beauty. Thanks to each and every one of you for staying here, for participating in this journey of being unified. Last 1 minute in silence at your heart space. Now, slowly, gently feel both your hands and legs, the seat and the room we are sitting in, the body, head to toe. Slowly wiggle them, move them with gentleness. Slowly open your palms and put it over your closed eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Welcome back. Take time in whatever state you are in. Make your notes. Do not change what you have written. Do not use your mind to correct it. Just let it be there, however it came. So, I shared a few reminders and before meditation that should help you. Also, these desires are with everyone. We have learned in chapter 7 that by being made in the image of God, the desires to be love, to be joy, that abundance, peace, infinite, that's our true nature. It's not, we cannot get rid of it. We cannot be without it. We exist with all those qualities. And we are here to experience that, to create that. So, having said that, the truth that we received from our higher self, it is not driven by any outer situations or circumstances based on, the day-to-day activity, but it is uh, aligned with the fulfillment of this present moment. The fulfillment that we are seeking is waiting for us. So thank you so much. And you may ask your questions as we have done the reading today. You may want to integrate, understand, and put your thought in that. Bring more clarity. Bring up those questions. So you're free to raise your hands and talk. Thank you, Shaileshi, so much for beautiful reading today.
Thank you. Thank you.
The explanation given by you is so much helpful to grab the concept deeply. Once we read it and we reread it, it takes a
Yes.
long time to digest, and it is simplified, given with examples, with our own experiences. We could relate it to our need.
And many things that I tell everyone here is just from my experience of going through this course several times now, right? That's where it comes from. So, say for example, in chapter 7, when we made our first list of thoughts that need correction, at the time, um, first time when I didn't understand the significance of that. I really didn't understand the deeper purpose of making such a list. But having gone through the course and then doing it second time and then the third time, right now I'm doing, even now, new revelations are coming. I'm learning more. Well, oh my God, that's the purpose of this thing. That's the purpose of that thing, right? As I'm explaining to you guys, things are opening up inside me, right? So, like, say, for example, today, the importance of writing my true desires. What will it do? If I make a list of it, so what? What will that list do? Today, during explanation, this thing opened up. Well, that is the roadmap for me. That's what I'm here to do. Those are the desires planted by the God in me so that through me, God can experience those things. That's That's the kind of connection. So all these things that we are doing here, on the surface, they may not make much sense. Initially, you may say, well, this looks redundant. Why am I doing this? There is nothing redundant in this whole book. Actually, this is the most precise thing I have ever come across. But of course, he's not making a lot of descriptions, a lot of noise about it. He's simply presenting it well. Try this. Just so much love there, right?
In the heart space, when we are becoming aware of those desires, it is actually manifesting in that moment, but energetically, it's happening. And so far, we might have attended many manifestation classes, but we have never included the term God. We never included that term of being unlimited and experiencing that, being timeless, being that infinite being of love, being of joy. Yes, I am love, I am joy. I want to experience that. I want to live with that, because when I have complaints. So I just love the example, the way it is given, that I claim abundant wealth. Because even if we have good salaries, we are not satisfied. We tend to look for more. That is good to look for more, but at the same time, what we are receiving in this present moment, we are abundant with that. And then he's saying you can add more or less. Also in our day-to-day life, we with our loved ones, we do unknowingly we do that, imposing our thoughts to others that you do it. But letting know it at once is one thing. You are expressing yourself. That is also important. But nagging behind it, sticking, having a check on that. Is it happening or not? It is interference. That's how we can understand it.
And through this, also, one more important thing we will learn when you make this list, you will also learn that your awareness has not been on yourself. Where has your awareness been will be in the previous list. The one where you need correcting thoughts, that's where your awareness was. And through this list, you will know where it was supposed to be. My awareness, right? Like just now, Preeti gave this example of, even if I have good salary, I am looking for more. That is the mindset of lack. It takes us away from abundance. And abundance includes our health, not just money, also health. If your health is not abundant, you are having a mindset of lack. It's an indicator. So a lacking mindset can invite bad health also. Maybe you are financially okay, but health may not help you. So in some way, shape or form, lack of abundance will appear in life. Somebody could have difficult relationships, no abundance of relationships, right? These are the kind of things we have come across. Okay, let me ask all of you a very interesting question. Who doesn't like the sale going on in the market? You get this ad somewhere. Well, there is 30% discount going on, 15% discount going on. Somewhere there is sale. Always there is a sale somewhere. Who doesn't get attracted by that? We want to be there, isn't it? We want to be there. We want to go and see, oh, okay, there is a sale. Oh, 30% less is a lot. Oh, I can go and do some shopping, right? Now, with what you know about yourself now, think about what mindset gets attracted to that sale announcement. When you look at the ad of a sale, where is your awareness? Your awareness is always on that 10% discount, 15% discount. You are missing on rest of the 85%. Your awareness is on small, petty, little discount. So when your awareness goes on discount, you will attract a discounted life. That is the connection. Our awareness is always on what I am not getting. Think about it. Right? Say, for example, somebody is offering their house furniture. You can take it for free. I am offering my furniture in the house. Please take it. You have to just bring your truck and take it. And what do? I go there and start looking at that furniture and say, oh, this is broken. This is that. I will start finding the problems with that and not feel gratitude for somebody offering what they have for free. That is lack mindset. You are missing on abundance. Right? So these are things to be become aware of. If you need abundance in life, if you want abundance in everything, the most important one for all of us is relationships. Health, of course, is number one. Number two is relationships. Very important. Think of it, like I have told this earlier also sometime, I think. When you are born as a human, where are you born? You are born amongst people. You are not Mowgli, you are not in the jungle. Right? You are born in society, in families, amongst people. What does that mean? You are born into relationships. That is the primary web that you have landed in. Web of relationships. And relationships drive you all your life. The relationships will continue to keep driving you. And if there is no abundance in relationships, imagine what the life will be. That's what we are all, most of us are suffering from that only. Like I hear so many people sharing their issues, their challenges in life and all that. All of them, 99% are about relationships. Right? And the origin of all that is that my awareness is not on what I have. My awareness is on what I don't have. And I don't have is always a very small thing. That 15% discount, 10% discount. I'm looking for those tiny, tiny things, so I receive tiny. That is such an important thing to understand and be aware of. This is where your awareness will be helpful. Being aware of what your thoughts are at this moment is the key. Every time, if you are able to observe your thoughts, the flow of your thoughts, you will be in control of your life. You can manifest anything because then you will be able to direct your thought. And from thoughts, we manifest our experiences, our life. So where our awareness is, somebody is offering me something free in the comfort of my house and I am finding faults with it. Where is my awareness? है ना? Neighbor आपको एक, your neighbor made a dish and comes with love. I say, hey, I made this butter paneer. Why don't you try? I brought some for you. And the moment you look at it, oh my God, this seems to have too much chili in it. Must be very spicy. I can't eat it. Thoughts. Awareness. Where is my awareness? That's the kind of thing we have to see. Be observant on where your thoughts are taking you.
That's the, key to live in present moment, because
Ah,
now today we planted that desire, but tomorrow we forgot, and then it is not energized. We are not empowering it, so we don't see it happening. So we then say things doesn't work. But did we do the needful from our end? And in that lack, we also lose our peace. Many people are seeking for peace, but unknowingly, I'm meditating, I'm doing everything, but I'm not checking my thoughts, what kind of thoughts I have. In that rush of sale, we truly keep storing things, and that creates a noise in our mind. Unnecessary running here to there, putting ourselves in unrest, and then now we have bought it now. We want to invest it somewhere to make it useful.
When you see people standing in a long lineup outside a store or Black Friday sale or something, some kind of sale, and before the store opens, people want to be in the queue there, and they want to rush in there and crash and pick up the maximum things out of that. That mindset is, I mean, when I look at that kind of thing, very recently I had this experience. I saw in some marketplace, we were just passing through on that road, and I saw so many people lining up. Actually, that lineup was almost like a kilometer long. That many people in a queue, standing there waiting for some shop to open. And my son was driving, and I was telling him, my goodness, so many of these people, they will never be abundant. They are trapped in that mindset of lack.
Buy one, get one free.
That we
And
are
then think
already
what
getting.
to do with that.
Yes. We
Company is
think
still
we are.
making revenue.
Also, in the long term, if you look back on your purchases at sales, you will figure out how much you actually lost. You never gained
How
anything.
much you are unsatisfied with that purchase, and that is lack.
And you buy unnecessarily, right? You don't buy things which you really need. You buy more than what you need, right? So you think you saved, but actually you spent.
Today we are talking about true desires, and we are, awakening this abundance concept in mind. But the line I truly enjoyed from, I think it started from chapter 7. We started saying that, or maybe before that, everything is, the nature is for you.
Mm.
So how much ever you want, you take it. It will never be less. You cut the tree and the tree grows. So there is no lack in the nature, but you take it with love for your enjoyment so that you create more with your own energy of thankfulness. And you also forgive people. Don't create grudges. People cutting trees, pollution is happening, so many things are not happening good, but you do the forgiveness there, and then you take it. You will see that you have put a seed there to uh, go the cycle, the nature in the cycle of its own um, rejuvenation.
The thing that we have to always also remember, that when we have this mindset of abundance, that means I am not short of anything. Everything in this universe is available to me. Then I am not greedy. I will never pick up more than I need because I know it's always there. Whenever I need, I can get it. So why do I need to fill up my plate more than it can handle? Right? That change in mindset will also make sure that you are not greedy. You will only take as much as you need. That's the purpose of abundance, right? You are not taking away from anybody else's share. It's for you. You take as much as you want. And your want at that time, in that mindset, will not be to fill up a truck of vegetables.
It automatically brings everybody in that moment that
Ah,
I am, leaving this for the rest of humanity or the creation or the life forms, other life forms. Yesterday, I was spending time in my garden, and then they are saying, "We eat before what you eat." So we are also here to take your share, whatever you grow. So the They're calling themselves, we are the army of Mother Earth. I was laughing at that line that, okay. And then a beautiful ladybug appeared in front. So it was a beautiful moment in nature. So just be there, being in the nature, being in that present moment is really living those moments with those beautiful thoughts that is being shared, offered to us. The trees are communicating, the plants, everything is talking there. So make this life fulfilling. We don't know where our life is fulfilled. We truly don't know. We have been running behind these little gadgets or, that chocolate candy, whatever it is. We truly don't know what we are here for. Life after life, getting married, having children, having grandchildren. What brings me more and more time? What brings me here? Awaken those, put that shakes inside. The last few minutes I guided that see yourself in your deathbed, and then you see how you spent your life. And now you see what you could have done better or differently to make it fulfilling. That is like awakening, shaking yourself. Many of you have shared that when you ask this question to your higher self, you get nothing. Repeat it every time you see that you are distracted in thought, which is irrelevant thought. Check the higher self signal. Is it still on? And then put that question again. Reveal me my true desires. I want to know. And the moment you receive it, you speak out loud. You will not forget it. Or if you want to write it, you write it. Go again and then ask it one more time. Do it in repetition. You will get the messages. It's it's impossible to not to get the messages, but do it consistently with that knowingness that I am talking to myself. I listen to myself. I hear. I respond. And then you will have a list. So go back to chapter 7 practice. Sometimes you want to know in this revision, the 7 points, it is mentioning that you dictate why you are connecting. You want to know some thoughts that you want to align with God thoughts. You want to ask for the true desire you want to live in this life. Also check if you have any blocks of having desires. In our spiritual journeys, we have said that, okay, desire is the root cause of all the sufferings. Do I have that belief? And then see where I am today after practicing all these 7 weeks of chapters. Where am I today? Do I agree or disagree? Am I a puppet of somebody? Or am I seeding those thoughts of the experiences I am living? What is happening in the journey of life? He's saying that spend those quiet periods, 15-minute quiet period, to receive your knowledge, to get those energies, to live this life fulfilling. So definitely I'm here to live this life, but I also need the support to make this life fulfilling. So I have all the wisdom, that all-knowing intelligence I'm connected to all the time. You can see far more than what I see. And then I align my direction. I move in that direction in my life, effortlessly, easily, enjoying, trusting life.
And if someone has this issue that I am not getting anything, pay attention actually. It's not possible you don't get anything. You are getting something which you are ignoring, which you are not accepting. That's why you are saying I am not getting anything. Mind will constantly keep giving you thoughts. So there are thoughts which are being given to you, but you are saying, well, it can't be, can't be, can't be. So that is where the problem is. Non-acceptance of what's being offered.
And if you feel distracted in guided meditation, you can just remember, make these 7 steps as your own practice. Go in silence. Do all that you need to do. Clear your aura, close your aura, send love to all the thought forms, connect with God qualities, center in your heart, and today why you are connecting. Put that that's meditation. You don't have to do meditation differently or separately. You just put that question. We have done enough to, do this, what we are doing today. So when you center in the heart, I really feel that infinite depth that doesn't lead me to thoughts. And if the thoughts are coming, they're trying to remind me something so that I can be there for longer. So just check once and then just say, I am okay. And then you go deep. Allow yourself, to experience, to we are here learning. Always remember, this is the journey of learning. So just like we have learned the maths first time, the division or multiplication, addition, we took some time to build upon those, right? So that's how we are learning to do these things. So never give up by saying that, okay, I'm not getting, or it's not happening with me, I can't do it. We can do it. That's why we are here. That's why we are the chosen one, and we have chosen ourselves. What attracted us?
Okay. No one has any questions anymore? We are talking too much?
In bits and pieces, we are just dropping some gems. I can feel that totally today, how the session is flowing. And I know where it is coming from, desires and the sale, we are running behind things. Should we manifest a materialistic thing? Should we manifest this and that? Those kind of questions are there. I can hear from background, but um, I think before you ask, you just give it a thought. What do you think about it? What that desire will bring to you? What are you seeking? Every day we are making chapati, khana, whatever we are doing. What it brings to me? Am I doing it for just for the sake of doing khatam karo kaam, or we are just doing it to express our love every day in a different way by thinking a different menu that excite us? So the same life is then different. There's no wastage of time. Whether we are doing dishes or we are doing cooking, cleaning, no matter what we are doing, it's our own reflection. It's our own expression.
Yeah. Shall I share my experience of doing the dishes?
Go
So,
ahead.
this is from the times when my wife was around, and she was also working, I was also working. So, in the evening, when you come back home, you have a lot to share from the events of the day. But men usually don't open their mouth, you must be aware. They don't usually. They contain things to themselves, right? And but my wife wanted to tell me lots, so I used to facilitate. Okay, where did you, and her job was like community work, so she would go into different families every day and new stories every day. So she would tell me about it and discuss things, and then, so in the evening when we come back home, it used to start from cooking. And as a facilitator, I was always by her side helping her in cooking. So I used to be the sous chef, right? I would just chop the vegetables and things like that, help her. And then she would prepare the meals, whatever. And then we will both sit down on the table together and continue that discussion which started while she was cooking and talking, right? And continue it on the dining table. And I would add my own ideas and thoughts into whatever she was saying. And sometimes I would get irritated also, all kinds of things. And then the discussion would continue. And then once we finish our meal, we will pick up the plates and everything and go to the dishwasher. There, again, our discussion continued while we are doing the process. Physically, we are doing the things. So we both had our roles predefined. Well, it's not one person's job to load the dishwasher. Both of us will do always together. And we did it always together. So, like, she was good at putting the utensils properly in the machine so they clean up properly. And I was not so good. So my job was to rinse everything and give it to her. Right? So I would give her one item at a time and she would put it in, and this thing never seemed like a chore. When you are doing it together, it doesn't kind of becomes a sore point for one person. Why do I have to do it? It doesn't go in that territory altogether at all. When you do things together, nobody feels it as a burden. You are including it in your activity which you are enjoying, and that activity which we were enjoying was sharing our talk. That's what was the main thing happening. And in the process, on the side, so much work got accomplished. At the end of it, we would both decide, well, do we want to have a cup of tea or a coffee or a glass of wine or whatever? And then we will go sit down. She used to love watching TV, and that used to be my time to go and sit in front of my computer. And then that's where we would separate out, do our things, and then go to bed at the end, right? So this is how we are kind of changing our mindset towards our routine things, daily things. You can enjoy the same very thing which you normally think as a burden. So, my 2 cents on that. This is what I have practiced in the past.
But
Doing
today, Shailesh, he will sing along with the dishes and then he will do. Even I
nowadays,
enjoy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nowadays, of course, I'm by myself. I have nobody to be worried about. So I talk to myself also. I talk to the utensils, I talk to my kitchen, I talk to my food. That's my companion, and we work together. That's how you
When
can
I start
continue to enjoy.
Yeah, when I started my journey with meditation and then I was doing dishes, so the first time ever I realized that little spoon sharing my consciousness and the katori and the chamach and the plate. They're saying that I'm this little, but how useful I am. I'm this little, but how useful I am. See, so that's how you are in the society. Everybody, no matter what he is acquainted with, they're all useful, they're all collaborating. So that kind of thought started popping up. Even if like in my kitchen, if I go in my thought, if there's something negative comes, then those plants are sitting in the windowsill. They will say, okay, I'm here to talk. If you want to communicate, if you want to share, I'm listening to it. So that way they are telling their presence. And definitely it comes with the contained awareness within. And you by and the all around what you are surrounded with. And now when I see those doors, those windows, those walls, those ceilings, those floor, everything is like there's a reflection of me. How I feel, it is being reflected by these. Sometimes they can become a boundary, a block, or something as if stopping me to go further. But at the same time, sometimes that gives me safety, that protection, that um, me I can express truly in that wall, around inside that wall. So that kind of expression, that kind of feeling, it comes. So every home to home we go and we have those different energies we could experience, we could sense now more and more as we connect with our self. So we can read those things. What is it? What's the expressions are? That is becoming aware. And I think that's the part three. And I'm talking about it in part two. But today we have talked a lot in abundance, on abundance and the things around us. How it's all our reflection from here, from correcting thought. We are starting our new life, new beginning. As we talked about this abundance, also, I remember one of the experience. My sister, we went to Tanishq in India once, and she is asking me, you see all these jewelries, don't you get attracted to it? I said, I don't know. I feel like everything is mine. I don't, long for it. I just feel it's all mine. And now I'm reading these lines in the book that, you enjoy everything. There's no something that is lacking or feeling I need that, I want that, but it says you already have it. Never even a single desire came for that. Just by having that knowingness that it's within me, everything is within me. So just a little example, how to be in this present moment in peace and with the integrity, what you truly are.
Yeah. To enjoy beauty, you don't have to own the thing, right? You can still Watch, look at it, and enjoy as well. You don't have to be owner of that thing, right? There is a Ferrari parked outside my house. I can look at it, feel happy about that beautiful car, and still not own it, but I am enjoying the Ferrari. That's how it is, right? So, for enjoying something, we don't have to actually own it. And once you understand this, that's when you will start living without limitation. Then you are unlimited, right? Then you can enjoy anything and everything around you. By owning something, you know what we do? The moment you own something, it goes out of your list of awareness. When you, in a checklist, when you tick an item, it vanishes from your list. It's no more in your awareness. Think about it. When you did not own a car versus when you owned a car, what difference did it make? And once you owned the car, it became just like normal. Okay, this is a facility I have, and you use it. That's it. It's no more that passion that I want a red car. I want it like that. This is how comfortable. That should have air conditioner and whatnot. It was until that time so much of my energy was being consumed. Once I owned it, it just got digested completely.
We even forget the gratitude. Like,
Ah, gratitude is not there because I am not even aware of it. Its presence. You take things for granted. Same thing for your family members. Because they are your family, you don't even care. You think you care, oh, this is my son. You think, but you take them for granted. You are not even bothered as to what my son actually wants. You are using the son to fulfill your wants. That is the difference. So, when you have something, you completely lose its significance in your life. That's why not owning is very important, because then you will always be enjoying it, right? If I own a Ferrari, I won't enjoy a Ferrari. But if my neighbor owns it, it is parked in front of my house, I am happy. I'm always happy. I watch the Ferrari, I enjoy how beautiful it is, right?
we worry too much about our kids, but we forget that they totally, they copy what we do. So if we see a Ferrari and we always think about, okay, who will take care of the maintenance? Buying one thing is one thing, and then taking care of it for long run is one thing. And any other aspect of our life, being in the kitchen or at work or with relationship, everything we are, you know, that transfer is happening every moment. And if we are not doing that, we cannot expect our child to learn that. So by practicing all these, we are planting the seed, not only in the family, but in the group consciousness, at the level of society, at the level of universe. So living all this, what we are learning, practicing every moment, reminders, and not to criticize yourself. Okay, I still can't do it. I still don't do it. But to remind yourself gently, God is gentleness. I am gentleness. So it will flow automatically. Whatever you do, it's the life is more meaningful then.
मूवी देखते हैं ना, in your movie, in the movie, there is a hero, there is a heroine, they have such a beautiful love affair, and full detail of that love affair is shown to us. They are going into the parks and singing songs and whatnot, right? Going to parties and all that. They are so happy, and then at the end they get married and the movie comes to the end. That's what this is. So the moment you own, the end, finished. That story is over. Yes, and
Yes,
what?
I was actually going to say that without owning our kids, we can love and enjoy them. And I was just thinking that about to say, and you all, both of you said that.
Uh,
So The same thought I had.
Yeah, very good.
Actually, these kids are the turning point in my life where um, I started looking life more seriously. I knew it. I mean, I was looking at seriously before, but I didn't understand how the free will works. If everybody is acting through free will, how can we change things? But totally all my questions are answered in this unified practices with my own higher self, communicating, connecting every day. And mark in your calendar that those times, the times that you want to spend with you in your heart space with those God qualities, remembering, revising, feeling, enjoying, and see how it changes everything. Everything flows so easily. Life is just a beautiful, like you might have heard Louis saying, that life works effortlessly, easily, in a wondrous way. It's an adventure. It's so good, so beautiful. But we are not letting it happen.
Yes, yes. Understanding free will is very important. And think about it, like when, let's think about Krishna. Krishna had so many powers. He could do whatever he wanted, right? But he didn't do. Even to Arjuna also, he said, I am giving you all the knowledge. Now you decide what you want to do with it. Free will is supreme. If the God wanted to change everything, was it not possible? It would be possible so easy. God is the creator, right? The creator can create and not create. Either way. So why does he not go into everybody's life and correct things? Because of the free will. Our free will is always honored, and because my free will is honored, it is my duty or and my um, um, responsibility to honor other people's free will.
How much
That's
ever
why
we worship. Okay, please continue.
n- no saintly person ever wants to change the world. The reason is because that will be interference with other people's free will. That's why they don't want to change the world.
I experienced it once. I was sharing with somebody, and like she is a devotee to Lord Shiva. And then I said that, okay, even if Lord Shiva comes and he tells you do this, you won't do it because you enjoy your pain, whatever situation you have. You enjoy it so very much. Even if he gives you everything, you would like to keep it the way you are. You won't just change it. Even if you will change it because somebody said for 2 days, but third day you will remember yourself and you will go back to your own state of being. So that is why no Lord comes and they ask for your wishes. Even if in the movie we see or the dramas we see, they ask your wishes. They don't give their wish, like, okay, you take this. They ask your wish, what you want to live. And then with our limited mind, we always create one and experience it. And then we think, okay, something this is not fulfilling. I missed this part of this thought. My wish is not complete, even though those the story of all those Narsimha and all that, they are creating all those wishes to be immortal, but they are forgetting one, and that is um, the point where the God incarnates in that with full power. So um, we are truly, opening ourselves petal by petal, even if we feel we are growing slow, even if we are feeling we are not living, the full of me, I'm learning but I'm not living. Give yourself that time, because in that process a lot is happening. And if we are just knowing what is the input, what is the output, we are missing the whole part, the journey, the walk, where we carry the experiences. Learning patience, there are several ways, in the kitchen or at work or with people or with kids, with old people. They are all in all those situations, if we are learning patience, the experience could be totally different, creating us totally different in all those God qualities, unique expression of life. So
So,
I think today it's like a part two as we are entering. Also, I'm trying to, give you the message that don't feel disheartened if you don't get a signal, or if you don't get like along with the practice. You take your time, go back, stay back, and then continue from there. You read, reread, and don't be in that complaint mode and stop. Allow yourself to just accept yourself fully the way you are doing it.
today I have today I have taken off a big burden off everybody's shoulder, right? I hope you recognize that you are not here to change the world. It's not your responsibility. So, nothing. I am free now, right? None of us are responsible to change the world. Only thing we want to change is ourselves.
But what you are doing today, ask in the group, many people are changing their life.
Yeah, so each one of us is responsible for our own self. That
But
is,
what you are doing is helping others.
we are facilitating, but my intention is not to change anybody. My intention is to share what I have seen, what I have gone through, what I have learned.
Yes. So that goes on with
Yes,
everybody. What we learn first, we experience first,
yeah,
and then it automatically feels still here that we can't carry anymore. And then we say, okay, let it flow wherever it wants to go. The
yes.
angel will take care of it wherever it.
The purpose of sharing, the purpose of telling, like Buddha did, for example, right? They only shared what they have experienced in their body, in their life, in their in their being here. They just shared it. After that, people started copying them, and that's where the problem came. Yesterday, this is why I asked everybody to agree that I don't want to be like Shailesh, right? All of you agreed about that.
So, Buddha had a choice to go back to his throne and rule the kingdom by enforcing what he had learned, or just live that what he has learned and let people come to them, can come to him in whatever ways they want to learn. You know, if you are learning this much, that is okay. If you are learning all of it, that is also okay. So always know that what Shalishi is just sharing, I just got that perspective, that um, without um, without forcing others also, we are doing the same thing. That is only our own expansion also. Buddha expanded without time after like so many years also. He's revered for all that teachings he shared with us.
And those examples are available to all of us uh, as a reference. We can then decide whether we want to be like that or not, or whether I want to take that path and be myself, whichever way. How I want to evolve is my free will. Right? That's important. All of you need to take ownership of your own self. Applying free will is a very responsible activity. So people are afraid of taking responsibility of their own life also. This is a big issue.
All right, thank you so much. I think I'll leave now. Please continue with.
Grace, she wants to say something and just
Yep.
listen to
Thank you
that.
so much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm. Thank you, Preeti ji. Thank you, Shailesh ji. Thank you so much for this wonderful journey.
Thank you.
And Shailesh ji, just now you said that we're not here to change the world. That was really hit me right here because sometimes those events happen, like like yesterday's event. I don't know. You must have heard it in the news, right? About the killing of Hindus and all that in Kashmir. And that was really like that really hit me hard, like why does that happen, why people do that, and it ruined my entire day. And I was thinking, and I'm listening to the news and people crying, and they were, some of them were newly married, they came, they were there for for the honeymoon and all that. And that's when I was thinking, and then, end of the day, I thought maybe that's their soul plan, or because I wanted to come out of that feeling of, why people do that and all that. So, yeah, that's the only thing that still like makes me feel like bad. Other than that, like on the individual level and all that, I can still manage. Maybe that's my son's plan, my daughter's soul plan, my husband's soul plan, and all that. But when those things like large events, those happens, they really like shake my heart and make me think like, why does that happen?
The purpose of that event is to create awareness in terms of why they happen, right? The purpose is to create awareness. Now, how much awareness and in what way will people learn from it will depend on every individual. And maybe not every individual will even learn about that event. This is just one event that you have come across, so you have connected with it. There are hundreds of such events happening every day across the globe, but you are not bothered about that
Yeah.
because you are not connected there. So we have to understand each of these events are basically um, triggers just to create awareness. Okay, know that these kind of things are possible, and how you deal with it is what is important. The purpose is to make us experience and learn from it. We don't really have to think about why and all. That's none of your business. It's somebody's free will.
Okay.
All the people involved in that entire episode or event, they were using and exercising their free will at that point in time,
Yeah.
right?
Why people have such a nasty free wills?
You have to go within now, right? That nasty feeling is in you,
Okay.
right? When you I don't listen to news, so I was not aware of that. You just told me, but it didn't create anything nasty inside me. To me, that was just like any other event. Yeah, so many things happen.
Well, was there a nasty feeling inside me, or the compassion for the families who lost their loved ones?
Was it compassion or kindness?
I don't know how do I phrase it, but it's like, they were young, they're just married like for 10 days, 5 days.
What's wrong with that? They're being young and dying. You have a definition inside you. That's what I'm trying to bring you at, right?
Okay.
We don't have to decide right or wrong, but we have to say in you, you have a preconceived notion about young people being killed.
Yeah.
Work on that one. That's where your awareness is being brought. Inside you, there is something that hurts when there is a religion related killing.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? These are all the root thoughts which need to be worked with within each one of us. So these kind of events, what they trigger inside me is of significance. Right? Look at that, work on it, and see, well, is it a valid thing or not? Should I be carrying such a thing with me or not?
Okay.
That is as simple as that.
Okay. Thank you.
Because if you start borrowing sorrow from every one of these events, you
Yeah.
won't be able to live for more than 24 hours. Because so much goes on in this planet every day, every moment. You are just not aware,
Okay.
right? Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Nandini ji, yes, unmute.
Yeah, Shailesh sir, very nice session, very good going, lot of wisdom sharing. and we are enjoying the journey. What Grace ji told just now, actually, I have some notion about this thing that I think when we come into spirituality, we may we become more insensitive. Like, or wish. Sometimes I feel about myself as I am a social activist. So I was serving society in many means, like sometimes for women empowerment or for deprived children and all, for the last 10 to 12 years. And as I entered in 2020, so I feel that now I don't feel any compassion. Like sometimes I feel guilt also, or maybe it's due to understanding, as you are telling, that I don't have that much, you know, compassion coming from inside when I look at such people. And previously, when I watch anyone in hurt and pain, so it hurt me deep inside. So as Gracie now just told that I can understand her feeling, that that was also previously with me, same. Uh, Now I feel that I have got insensitive and I'm concerned. So sometimes I, just analyze myself, and I felt that why I got so instant, like I have completely changed in few years, like 4 5 years. Now I don't feel that pain. So am I on the right track? Sometimes I doubt that. Am I on the right track?
Understand first you have to understand what you are calling as insensitive, what you are calling as compassion.
Yeah.
You are, when you say compassion, you used to have compassion. You actually had kindness. Kindness is a mental version of compassion. It comes from the ego. And compassion is a state of being. You can't change it. It will always be there. If you are there, it will never be less or more. It will just be there. Kindness is a mental activity which will fluctuate with your state, how you are in your mind space. Depending on that, that kindness will take different forms and shapes. So
Shailesh,
constantly
sorry, I want to, yeah,
when you
like
constantly
as you are
experience
telling.
something,
Okay, okay, you just carry on. Just carry
when you constantly experience something again and again, you become insensitive towards the feeling part of it. And this will happen, like the butcher, for example, has to kill animals every day, morning to night. That's his job. So for him, killing is just an act. You can call it insensitivity, but it is, they basically they get used to a certain task. So those who are engaged in social work will have to develop insensitivity to these kind of situations, otherwise they cannot perform their work. If they get dragged into every story, they will become incapacitated. They can't function. So they have to go through this inner change of blocking emotions. And that's what you have
That's
gone
what I
through.
want to say,
Yeah.
that like after in spirituality, after coming now, I don't feel the same in the same situations that came to me before. And
Yes.
after coming into meditation, now I have come to understand that it's their soul plan. That's a part that it may be their soul plan. I shouldn't interfere, or like we don't feel that pain that I felt previously.
Yeah. But remember, this is not associated with meditation. This
Okay.
change is a part of your growing up with your profession. Even if you
Sir,
didn't
I
come
am
into
not into
meditation,
now. Now I am not. I am into now these days. I am least into this social service. As I came to meditation. now I don't need to serve physically, like
I
it
understand.
either I do with this meditation part only. I don't need to feel, like help anyone physically. What's the cause for it?
There is no cause for it. It's your free will. You can
No,
choose to do what you
I,
want to do.
I know that I think you can say it's a expanding of the consciousness or something like that. It may be, something I can feel that now I have gained that wisdom or just gaining that knowledge about these soul plans and all the, whatever the soul takes, है ना, that वो पहले हमें knowledge नहीं था ना इस बारे में. That's why I think the change may have occurred.
Yes, you have built one more mental concept, an additional mental concept, that there is a soul, there is a soul plan. It's a mental concept only. You are developing more and more concepts to satisfy the needs of the mind. And those needs have to be met because you have to exist in a certain environment. So basically, mind is expandable. It will keep on growing. The compassion part of things is outside the mind. It's from the love space. There you don't have to act. You don't have to do anything. You are an observer, and as an observer, you will feel compassion. You will have that
Yeah,
feeling,
that's there. That's
and
there,
that's
but
it.
no,
But that feeling will
yeah,
not make you do anything.
yeah, the act that I want to take, like previously, I just went there physically and try to help whatever in the best way I can. So that's now these days I don't feel the need for that. An urge is being, suppressed for that help
Yes, exactly.
completely. Yeah.
That is a very clear signal to you that this is true compassion. Compassion will not
Okay.
create action out of you.
Right. That's what was my question. That is that okay? Is that the right
Action,
track? Sometimes I felt some doubtful about this
actions
track.
will come from the mind only.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's why I call it kindness. Kindness is compassion of the mind. Mind simulates compassion through kindness.
okay.
Mind cannot simulate love, right? So it simulates what we call
Right,
as love in so many ways. It tries to, okay, this is also love, this is also love, this is also love, so many types of love. And together you think, well, I know love,
right.
right? So emotions are mental substitute for feelings. And this is how we have, once you begin to distinguish between what's coming from the heart, what's from the mind, you will be able to have the right understanding of things. And all of this is important. None of them is useless. These are all our stepping stones for growth. We grow like that through our own individual experiences. We have to grow in our own way. No two are same, right? My way of learning and your way of learning will be different. Our paths will be different. Our experiences will be different.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Right. Actually, I was just feeling that sometimes when I analyze my past life and I sometimes feel I may not be doing something wrong, how I became so insensitive. I am not acting upon those things sometimes, but I can't do anything, until and unless I get the strong urge from inside that I should go and do it. So nothing can force me otherwise accept when the urge feel from inside. So that
Yes.
was
So
the difference that I felt.
you said you analyze your past life, I mean past of this
No,
life.
no, yeah, this life only, not past life, like this life only. When we look back
Hmm.
and see that previously just 10 to 12 years back what I was and now what I am,
Hmm.
there is a great change, like 365-degree rotation.
Hmm.
So that's why I felt that how how one can get so so much like upside down just within 4 5 years. There's a lot of change.
Hmm.
So sometimes we feel, am I on the right track? And the people around us, na, social society also, and they feel that what's happened to her, she's a complete changed personality. So
Hmm.
still, I
Personality.
don't care about.
Remember, change is in personality, and personality
No,
is
it's just a word I spelled out. I don't have any deep meanings about that. I just, just casually I spelled out. Otherwise, I feel that there is a great change. So
there is a
that's why.
change. There is a change in your behavior. That's how
Yes.
people outside will perceive you through your behavior. And you are finding there is a change in your behavior over the last 10, 12 years. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over
And
the,
this,
no, over the not last 10 12 years, over the last 4 5 years, after COVID times when I stepped into spirituality.
yeah, there is more.
So,
Yeah. But there was always change right from your birth. There has been change. Some of
yeah,
it
yeah.
is more noticeable, some of it is less
Yes.
noticeable. But we go
Yes, yes,
through
yes.
constant change in our
Constant.
behavior pattern because our subconscious is constantly learning.
Perfect.
We keep growing, and where that growth is happening is actually in the mind. The one that owns the mind does not do anything, doesn't change.
Right.
It is only the growth of the mind that you are witnessing.
And many people, Shaileshji, I saw that around my acquaintances, they people are like not ready to, I think, adapt the change, or some people are just behaving the way they were behaving same way years back. So I don't think like I think actually every person has an urge to transform, or should transform. But
Why?
many people, I think,
Why should people transform? Tell me
now
why
like
should.
every soul come here for ascension on the earth, and if they remain the same way, then I think it's of no use to
It
take
is
birth on earth.
your perception. It is your perception that they are not changing. They may not be changing towards you, but they
Maybe so,
are
maybe
changing. Everyone is changing. We are
might
all
be, it
growing.
might be.
Yeah, you are not seeing a change.
Like some people, as sometimes we notice that some were very much involved into their business a few years back also, and now also after so many years they are still like you know just
What is wrong with that?
running.
What is wrong with that?
Sorry.
What is
No,
wrong with
nothing
that?
is wrong. I just, as we are talking about the transformation, I am
Right.
not judging anyone. We are just discussing the fact that transformation is a, universal law. Otherwise, it happens with everyone.
It
And
is
maybe
happening.
it can be,
It
yeah,
is happening.
sometimes
Everybody is transforming. There is no shortcut. There is nothing outside that. Everybody is transforming, but you are not able to see it.
might be so. Might be, it might be. Sometimes we are
Yes.
not even, we just see the one side of the coin, or sometimes the outer perceptive only.
Yeah,
So we can't,
that's right. There may be other aspects of that person which are changing significantly. The aspect that
yeah.
you are looking at is not changing.
Right, right.
All of us have got so many personalities, and some personalities are changing, some are not changing. It's up to us. It's our own free will where we want to focus.
Perfect.
And
Right.
everyone has their free will to use. They are doing according to their free will. Once we have this clarity, we have more acceptance of the world around us. If we understand this thing clearly, then we become more accepting of people around us, of things around us.
Like today's chapter was upon desires, right? Just
Mm,
think upon the desires. And I think I am practicing it for the last week. This starting in the Hindi, this Hindi session also I attended.
mm,
So nothing came for myself, like nothing, no desires. Like it's not for one day. I am
mm,
practicing it for 4 days.
mm,
So whereas when just go few years back, so there was a long list, but now it was complete blank. Like
mm,
it nothing comes up. Just one desire that was also for my daughter. That's it. Nothing else.
mm.
So
But
so
these are
you
not
see,
true.
like
These are not true desires, though. You have to focus
uh,
on
uh,
true desires.
so like no, why are you saying so? Is it mandatory that one should have the desire? Why it's not true?
Because true desires are not thought from a limited mind. You have to ask your higher self to tell you about your true desires.
Yeah, that's what I told. That's what I affirm. Whenever I meditate,
Then probably you were not in your heart space.
know that I was, sir. I can feel the vibrations in my heart space.
I, if that is the case,
So,
then
so
there is no way.
why can't you accept it?
I what I am saying is, if you are in your heart space, you ask for your true desires. There is no way, nothing will stop it. It will come. You may
But if
choose to ignore
but
it.
isn't it possible that the anything doesn't come up?
Then you would not be
That is
born.
practically I
You
felt.
then you will not be born. If there was
Sorry,
no purpose for you being here, you would not be born.
sorry, I don't understand what you want to say.
Your true desires define the desires of the God that makes you do things. Through you, the God wants to experience certain things. Those are
Right.
your true desires. And that is also the purpose of you being here on this planet. That's how you will know why you exist here. You can choose to ignore it. That's a different thing. So, through this practice, what we are doing is we are opening up to that aspect of our existence. Our communication with our higher self has to be good. And when we are in the heart space and we are communicating with our higher self, asking for our true desires, that level of desires will be completely different. Those are
Sometimes,
things.
Shailesh sir, sometimes it can also happen that whatever desires were there, we have already, got that fulfilled also. And we don't need any further needs, like we are contented in our life. So it's not compulsory that we should always have desires.
Possible. If that is the case, then probably your purpose of being on the planet is over.
Maybe,
Hmm.
it may be.
Yeah. You you can think like that as well. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with
Yeah,
that.
sometimes I think it's all about contentment also, that how much contented are you in your life,
Hmm.
that because desires, I think desires come up only when you are not you are feeling lack somewhere, either in your profession, either in your um finances, or anything can be there. There are a lot of things in the life, but I feel that as we grow in spirituality, or you have gained knowledge, so it's, I think, person to person it may be different. But as far as I think, it's not compulsory, it's not mandatory that everyone should come up with desires. As far as I think,
That's okay. You can think. It's your free will to think that way. That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
No, like as it is being told that God's desires, that is what you how like as you told that it's my wish to become a musician, for example, you gave the example.
Hmm.
So anyone's wish can be anything. Like it keep on changing also. Some like today I wish to become a singer. After a few years, I may become develop an urge to become some dancer or a Bollywood actress or something, whatever. So the desires also keep on changing by time to time. It's not
They are
fixed
mental
in
desires.
every phase of life.
These are desires from your lower self, which will keep changing.
Okay.
The desires from your higher self, the true desires, are programmed at the time of manufacture. They will only develop.
Someone I think read written that service to others is the true desire. That also I have experienced a lot. Some this it might be that's why I feel contented now. I have already passed through that phase.
And is it over?
Till now, I feel, as I told you, not till at this moment,
Hmm.
I don't need the urge to serve more. It may be a temporary phase. Even I,
So,
somewhere I felt void that why it's so why I'm not feeling that urge. Whereas I was so much enthusiastic person to serve. That was my whole dedication to serve others only for the last 14 years.
and that is a mental activity.
I don't know that's a mental or
Yes, yes,
physical,
it is.
whatever it was,
You,
both.
to work on others, any work is a mental activity. Any action is mental activity. Any urge to do is a mental activity.
Okay,
And that service that you were busy with was created from your ego. Your ego was feeling satisfied with action of that nature. You were fulfilling the desire of your ego, right?
okay,
We have to understand your, first of all, you need to learn a lot about the mind. You are actually totally trapped in the mind keeps on playing with you and you are dancing to the tune. So you have to understand your mind first. What does it do? What kind of things it takes you into? And then you get bored with that thing after some time and then you don't feel any more interest in it. That is the mind. Here, from these practices we are learning to transcend the mind.
like how can you differentiate between the this the urge came from ego or how from the compassion? How can we differentiate it?
uh, as long as you are in the mind, you will have this question to differentiate. When you are in the heart space, you won't even have a question
No, but you please need to explain this point and that how can you say that it came from ego?
because you are losing the urge now. That means it was a creation that was temporary.
So it should go lifelong.
If it is from the heart, yes, it will be. And then it will not be
No,
to change
like
the world.
no, sometimes when we heard this type of things, now that we should now serve man like spiritually, we should just teach meditation instead of going physical help, है ना? Like sometimes we when we go out to serve people. So now we feel that actual service is to just help people with the spiritual growth and teach them meditation or some workshop and all knowledge giving this type of help. It's not like totally we just this
This is
uh, sorry I
this is
can't get the
all
right word for this.
I understand all these are concepts of the mind.
Okay.
These are all concepts of the mind where you become the doer.
Okay.
Everything that you're
No,
talking
I
about,
even I perceive this thing also, that whatever is being done, that is not that I haven't done on my own. It's being like I am just made a medium to serve whatever I was supposed to do. It's not upon ego that I feel that do it. I am not the doer, and that's only I perceive it like that, that it's not I am doing, but whatever is being need to be done by me, via me, so universe will bring me to whenever it is required. So I just surrender myself in this situation. That's what my perception about service. Now I have surrendered that I need not to run here and there, or just feel compassion, like, sensitive everywhere. Just whatever is required, that will come to me automatically, where my help is required. That's what I think.
good. It's very good to be in the flow. Yes.
That's okay.
Be in the flow, yes, for sure. Nothing
Yeah,
wrong.
that's what I surrendered. Sometimes, sometimes when we feel that feeling that I am doing that, that's best to surrender. That whatever is being required, that will come to you.
Yes, and I am nobody to decide on what is right or wrong for you.
No, we are just discussing. I know we are just a
You
random
will
discussion.
you have your own wisdom. From your own wisdom, you will yourself know from within that this is right for you or this is not right for you. You will know it from within. Then,
Right.
when I say there will be no question, that is the meaning of that. That you will automatically know, you won't even question it.
I understand. I understand
Right.
what you want to say.
Hmm.
Actually, Shalay sir, it was not a question. Actually, I'm very clear about the funda. I just wanted to discuss these things that, as the previous question came up about the sensitivity towards the hurt ones, and I just wanted to discuss this case, and just wanted to know your views. So there was no questions arising otherwise.
Right. You already know a lot, I think. So you just keep on going from there. Continue your journey. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
your mind is still very hungry. Keep feeding your mind as much as possible and fulfill
Yes,
its desire to know more and more and more. At some point, it will saturate, and then you will begin to see, okay, I need to go beyond.
right. Perfect.
And then you will see your path to go beyond from there.
Right. Perfect. Thank you so much. I think there is a question in the chat. You should just address it if you feel like.
So, Grace, your question is, when we help a friend or family with finances, is it not compassion because we feel their pain and help them? Um, Feeling their pain is one part of it, helping them is another part of it. I always thought compassion is actually helping someone change their lives either financially or any other way. No. Compassion is understanding or feeling someone else's situation. That is compassion. As far as help is concerned, if that person who is in that situation wants your help, then you do what you can. But if somebody is not asking for help and you try to help, you are interfering with their free will. That is the distinction. Compassion is you feel compassion for your child all through the day. Your child comes running, oh mom, I fell down, I hurt, I feel pain here. You feel the compassion. That's okay. Compassion is a feeling very similar to love, very similar to gratitude. These are all same frequency. Compassion is actually love when there is some suffering. That is what it is. The form of love, when it is associated with suffering, is called compassion. Helping someone is kindness. Kindness is a social phenomenon where I can do something, you are incapable of doing something, I will come and help you do it. And when I do it, my ego gets satisfied. I was able to do it. That is kindness. This is the basic difference between the two. So kindness is an activity of the mind where action is involved. You want to do something. The urge to change the people is from kindness. You want to change the people because I know better. And if you know better, you know that you know better, you know many things, but you simply keep on expressing such of those knowledge and not to tell people, now you follow me, now you do like this, then you are being compassionate. If you keep telling people, well, I told you, do it like this, you will be better, you will feel good, then you are being kind. You are interfering with their life. Right? We most of us have this, I will unmute you if you want to say something.
Yeah, Shailashi, I was saying just like my friend, like she says, okay, I am really going through a hard time and I need some money. If you can send me some money, and I feel that pain. Oh, she's in help. She's asking, so I help her. I give her the money that she was asking for.
Hmm.
So is that from from the kindness or from the compassion?
That you will know from within. By doing that, what do you feel?
I feel compassion.
Um,
Because kindness could be to anyone, like around the world, could be
yes.
I'm kind to poor people, I'm kind to this and that. But
Hmm.
compassion to me, I'm she's asking for help and I'm able to help.
And because she
So
is your friend,
hmm,
she is your friend,
yeah,
right? So there is your ego, my friend,
yeah. But I sometimes I give it to like Sick Kids Foundation and all these things too.
right? When you give
So
to Sickness Foundation, you forget about it.
yeah,
When you give to my friend, you don't forget.
yes. Also because she's saying that she's going to give it back. If she says,
That's a
"Oh, I
different,
want,"
that's a totally different aspect of it, right? That's a transaction.
okay,
If you are lending money to somebody and expecting it will come back, then it is neither kindness nor compassion. It is just a transaction.
okay. And sometimes when someone asks you for the money or for any kind of help, and even if you have it, but you say, no, no, I cannot help you. I cannot give it. No, no, sorry, I cannot. So that kind of thing
You
is
have you have to follow your intuition. If your intuition says, well, okay, help this person, you can. The choice of helping somebody is in your hands. And none of it is wrong. If you don't help or help, either way, it's okay if you follow your intuition. Don't look at these things from social perspective. What will others think? What does the society decide for me? That's a totally separate consideration.
But as per my intuition, it's coming as a compassion because I'm feeling that thing that, oh, she's in trouble, so I should help her.
That should, where is it coming from?
That like I must. She's my friend and she's in trouble, so I
Ah,
must help her. Yeah.
the social, the social conditioning. Those shoulds come from social conditioning,
Mm-hmm.
right? You feel as if you are doing, but it has been planted in you. And the same thing when you extend to the God, God has planted some desires in you so that God can experience those things through you.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we are calling as true desires. So, society has planted certain things in you that when in social conditions, when somebody is in distress, you feel compassionate for them, right?
So that giving, that helping is coming from my compassion in my heart for her.
That's
Or
one of your God qualities, yes. And
okay.
the social system uses it for its benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Your God qualities will always take you in that direction. You will feel their pain. You will feel like, you know, your mind is going to trick into doing something for them. Your
Mm-hmm.
intuition may sometimes tell you, well, no, let this person go through what they are going through as part of their life experience. Keep your hands off.
Yeah.
That's also what your intuition can tell you.
Yeah. And I can do that when someone is only sharing their difficult times with me, but they're not asking for help. But when someone is literally asking for the help, at that time, I don't know, my intuition would say me, no, don't help. I don't think so. But uh,
When
even at,
somebody is actually asking you,
yes,
why do you call it asking for help?
because that's how they phrase it. Can you help me, please? And
But somebody may be uh, asking you for a favor. Somebody may be asking you for a loan. There are so many ways of asking, right? People do ask. And it becomes help when you feel that you are in a position to do something for them.
mm-hmm.
And now, once you have helped somebody and you completely forget about it, you have done a compassionate activity. You have been compassionate. But if you remember it, that this is going to come back, I have to get it back from this person, or I helped this person when this person was in trouble. Now I am in trouble. This person is not helping me. All these things, if this equation remains with you, then it is your ego and mind. That's how to understand it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whenever, and especially this happens, this is more complex when you are doing it with somebody that you know. When you do it for the unknown people, you don't remember it. You
So technically,
automatically
technically,
forget
we
about
can say that when we do charity, that's when we do with compassion. But when we give or help, that's when we do with kindness or mind because we are expecting it back.
it. Forget about others actually. Yes, your own inner intention at that time is what determines what it is.
Okay.
Your
Yeah.
intention, right? That's what really matters actually. The
Okay.
the action, the activity, the content of that action, none of that is important. What is important is your intention going into that. That is more important.
Okay. Yeah. Makes, yeah, complete sense. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Shailesh ji, I hope you don't mind because it's already late. I can wait for the next session.
If it's a quick one, we can quickly finish it.
Yeah, the question is just this, that if I give to somebody without any expectations and they have not asked, I don't know them, but it just makes me feel happy. And I feel it gives me joy to see them receiving that enjoy and enjoying that moment. So is there something, am I interfering in their life plan or whatever? My intention is pure, just love and happiness. I feel very happy doing it.
And they are able to receive it. That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
fine. Nothing
Okay.
wrong with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is selfless thing. It's
Yeah, because I'm not I just feel happy and I see the joy in their face when they receive it. And it's not something big, it's that just for that moment,
yes,
Probably it's a bottle of water or something cold because, they were working in a place which is not very conducive in hot weather. So something like that. So,
yes. Yeah, that's
okay,
okay.
thank
And
you.
and there's a mention here in the chat about charity. So charity has so many forms. It's a social phenomenon, right? It has so many forms. Um, the choice is up to us what we do with it, right? If our intention, charity, don't consider charity to be something related to kindness or compassion. Charity is a facilitation. It's a process that helps us execute our intention. They just facilitate. I want to help the poor. So there is a charity available. I can go and put money there because I can't physically go and help them. I give money, contribute money to a fund which is collecting from everybody, and they are going to go and help the poor. Right? That charity is a facilitation. My intention though matters a lot. Now, if I go to that charity and ask them 101 question, what will you do with my money? How much of it is going to go to there? How much will go there? What will happen to my money? Right? The moment I start doing that, then actually my intention is not to help. Right? My intentions are different. That is where the difference comes. So charity by itself is a neutral thing. How we use it is up to us. Many people do charity only to save tax. But I consider it to be good. Why? Because at least in the name of tax saving, some charity is being done. Okay? But they won't get benefited. The person who is doing charity may not get benefited because their intention may not be right. So that benefit they won't get. But somebody is getting help though. At the end of the chain, somebody receives a benefit. So something is better than nothing. Okay. Chalo. Thank you, masters. Today we had the longest session of this season. Thank you for being patient and thank you for being here. I hope I was able to serve your questions.